What's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Olivia Ostrom. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm happy you landed here and I hope you like what you see. Today we are doing a Q&A, all things health, fitness, lifestyle related. I asked over on Instagram a couple weeks ago and today I'm going to be answering your questions. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, first question is tips and tricks to fall back in love with fitness when you're not feeling it. So first, I want to say we all have days when we're not feeling it, when going to the gym or choosing nutritious foods is the last thing that we want to do. But it's not about relying on motivation or relying on when we feel like we want to do something to actually do it. It's about being committed to the process and pushing through even when it's the last thing in the world that you want to do. I always like to say it's dedication over motivation because you just have to be dedicated to the process and it doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey, you're still going to feel this. How often do you work each muscle group and what is your normal gym day routine? Such a great question. I actually made a whole YouTube video on this, so I will leave a card right here where you can head on over and watch that video. I think you'll find it helpful, so or you can wait to the end of this video and I will link it in the notes below, in the description below, so that you can watch that video after this one. Okay, next question. Do you need to be sore the next day to know you've had a good workout? I love this question because oftentimes if you don't feel sore, you may feel like yesterday's workout wasn't as productive or just wasn't as good as you wanted it to be. But that isn't always the case. You do not need to feel sore the following day to know that yesterday's workout was a good workout. So you can still have an incredible workout, really give it your all, like challenge yourself, but still not feel sore the next day. And that's completely normal. Some days you may feel super sore, especially when you're changing up your exercises and trying new things or lifting heavier weights. And other days you may not feel sore at all, and that's normal. How do you feel about intermittent fasting? Ooh, I love this question. So I've done intermittent fasting for a really, really long time. I kind of go through phases depending on what season I'm in and kind of what my goals are of using intermittent fasting as a tool. Now, intermittent fasting is no key to weight loss. All intermittent fasting does is really put you into a calorie deficit by limiting the time that you're eating. So I really like intermittent fasting. I think it can be great for some people. If you're finding that you're always eating in a surplus and you're trying to lower the amount of food that you're eating, then it could be a great tool for you. However, if you're already in a deficit and you're trying to eat more food, I wouldn't recommend adding IF into your plan. How long should people typically spend in the gym? So for me, for everyone, this is going to look different. It depends on how long your rest times are, how much cardio you're doing, but overall, I think that an hour in a gym is like pretty standard. You do not need to spend a crazy amount of time in the gym to see results. My workouts personally are typically between 45 minutes to an hour, and that works amazing for me and my body. It depends on what kinds of exercises that you're doing, the sets, the reps, so I'd say anywhere between like 45 minutes to like an hour and 15 minutes should be plenty for you to get a really solid workout in. Okay, this next question is also really great. So abs every day, is it okay? So abs. Your abs are like any other muscle group on your body. Your workout and your rest and recovery both are equally as important. If you're working out your abs every single day, you are not giving your body time to repair those muscles. Every time that you're working out, your muscle tissue is basically being torn apart, and when you're resting and recovering, it's being put back together so that it grow that muscle. If you're not giving your body any rest days, then this can really increase your risk of injury, and your ab workouts are just not going to be as effective. So I recommend working out your abs maybe 2 to 3 times per week. Anything more than that is really not necessary, and you should be engaging your core in every single workout that you're doing. So anytime, it doesn't matter what exercise you're doing, you want to make sure that your core is braced so that you're supporting your spine. So honestly, in every workout that you're doing, you kind of are working out your core, but you should only dedicate core exercises exercises maybe 2 to 3 times per week. For me personally, I just choose to do them once per week. That's what works best for me and my body. How did you get into fitness, weightlifting? What's your story journey? This is a really in-depth question. If you guys want to kind of know more about my journey and how I got started, let me know in the comments below and I can make a whole video dedicated to that question. Next question is, where do you get your workout clothes from? If you ever see workout clothing that you really like, you can just tap on the photo on Instagram. I always tag every single company that I'm wearing for my sports bra as well as my leggings. Majority of my leggings are from Lululemon. I do wear Buff Bunny as well, Alphalete. There's quite a few different companies that I wear. Lots of the leggings I do wear are from Lululemon. A lot of the sports bras that I wear are from Forever 21. They are a really reasonable price. They don't have the best support, but when your boobs are small, you don't need the best support. But you can head over to Instagram, and if you're curious about a particular outfit, I always tag them, so make sure you check there. I will leave my handle right here. How many days a week do you work out? So I typically work out 5 days a week. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 6, depends on the week, but a typical week for me is usually 5 workouts. Stoked you are starting a YouTube #1 fan right here. Oh my gosh, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I am so happy to be on YouTube so that I can provide more value to you. So I really appreciate that, and I'm just happy to be here. What's an alternative to pre-workout that you use? So majority of time I use a cup of coffee in the morning as my pre-workout. I have it right before I head to the gym, and that works perfect for me. I prefer to have coffee over pre-workout. However, some days I need that little extra boost of caffeine, or maybe I haven't had time to have my coffee. In that case, I will use pre-workout instead, but you definitely do not need pre-workout in your life. You can use caffeine, you can use coffee, which is caffeine, same as pre-workout. Do you have an opinion on the Bang energy drinks? No opinion. I've never tried them. I don't think I know anything about them. I'm not even sure if we have them in Canada, to be honest. So no, I'm not sure. I'm so struggling with my macros and figuring out what to eat. Any references or advice? Okay, this is a great question, and this is so dependent on the person. You can definitely go online and look at macro calculators. However, they aren't going to be as accurate as if you're actually working with a coach. Another option is to check out my 6-week workout guide. It also includes a guide on how to calculate your own macros. So it kind of touches on the training portion of things as well as the nutrition portion of things. And in that guide, I teach you how to calculate your own macros. I also give you some meal plan ideas as well as grocery lists. So it will definitely help you get started in this journey. So I'll leave that link in the description below, and the guide's called Track and Tone, just in case you're wondering. Any tips to gain weight? Yes, if you want to gain weight, make sure you're eating in a calorie surplus. You want to be eating more food, so increase your food intake, which that sounds pretty amazing to me. Great question. Do you prefer to lift heavy or light? So I like to change things up in my routine. Some days I will lift lighter and I will use higher reps. Other days I'll lift heavier and I'll use lower reps. I personally love the variety. I like to change things up. It also depends on how my body feels that day. If I'm really, really sore or I'm not feeling my workout and I don't think I have the energy to give it my all and lift super heavy, then I'll do lower weights, higher reps. How do you recover from a workout? So first thing, as soon as your workout's done, you want to make sure that you take time to stretch. A lot of people skip this. It's really important if you want to prevent feeling really, really sore the next day, and it also aids in the recovery process. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're consuming a protein source within an hour and a half of working out. So ideally this comes from a whole food source, but if it can't, then you can definitely grab some protein powder as just a quick thing to grab on the go. The third thing you want to do is to drink lots of water. Water is essential in your body, so make sure you're drinking lots of water. And the fourth thing is to get lots of sleep and actually to rest. Make sure that you're giving your muscles at least 24 hours rest before you hit that same muscle group again. Should I really cut out carbs to lose weight? Now, this is a question that comes up frequently, and the answer is absolutely no. You do not need to cut out carbs to lose weight. In fact, your body needs carbs. They are essential. They're your fastest acting energy source, and oh my gosh, your body needs them. So you definitely do not want to cut out carbs. The reason why carbs get a bad reputation is because sometimes people will overeat on carbs. So it's not actually the carbs that's causing them to maybe gain weight. It could be the fact that they're eating in a surplus and they just happen to be eating carbs. But I promise you, carbs are a really, really amazing thing for your body. They're not going to cause you to gain weight. Eating in a surplus will cause you to gain weight. Tips for people who are starting their health journey. First off, congrats if you're starting your health journey. I'm so proud of you for just putting yourself first and kind of making that big step. I know it's scary, but it's going to be worth it. I promise you that. So when it comes to starting your journey, if you mean workouts, I recommend just starting out with maybe 2 workouts per week. You can focus on 1 upper body day, maybe 1 lower body day. Once you feel comfortable doing that, you can increase the amount of times that you're headed to the gym, maybe add in a 3rd workout. And if you're unsure of what workouts to do in the gym, honestly, the options are endless. The point is that you're going to the gym and you're actually getting your workouts in. In terms of nutrition, if you're trying to eat healthier, I recommend increasing your water intake, increasing your protein intake just slightly, and increasing the amount of veggies that you're having. These 3 tips can really, really help you see results, and you don't need to overcomplicate things. I find that oftentimes people just make too many rules for themselves, which makes it hard to stick to. So keep things simple, just focus on your training, focus on those 3 nutrition tips, and you will be well on your way. Okay, we are back. My camera died and I had to pop in my other batteries. So do you ever feel guilty or eat less on days you don't work out? Ooh, I feel this in my core because I absolutely used to feel these things. I don't anymore, but that's because I've kind of changed my mindset around things. So I don't feel guilty on the days I don't work out because I always plan out when my rest days are going to be. Of course, sometimes life happens and you just have to take an unplanned rest day, but that's the point of creating a lifestyle, is not allowing it to be so strict where you feel guilty about missing a workout. If you happen to miss a workout, add in a second one maybe the next week, or maybe double up on workouts another day, or just let your body have an extra rest day. It's totally okay. You're not going to ruin all of your progress by just missing 1 workout. Now, do I eat less on days I don't work out? No, not intentionally. Maybe a little bit less just because my body isn't as hungry when I'm not working out because I'm not burning as many calories. But no, absolutely, that's not my intention with the day. I do eat the same amount of food on the days I work out, the days I don't work out. What exercise do you recommend to get rid of hip dips? So hip dips really comes down to your bone structure. You cannot change your bones in your body. The only thing that you can really kind of adjust is your body fat percentage. Even if you lower your body fat percentage, you still may have hip dips. So this might not be the answer that you're looking for, but you can really only do so much. Sometimes it just comes down to your genetics and the way that you're built. Cardio before or after lifting. So I personally recommend doing cardio after lifting unless your goal is to increase your endurance while running. Many times people exert a lot of energy into cardio before their training session, and then you're just not able to give your training session as much. You want to make sure that you can dedicate most of your energy towards your weightlifting session and then add in cardio at the end of your workout. How do I combat gym anxiety? I'm anxious I'll screw up the machines or be judged. First off, everyone feels nervous when you're starting something new. Starting anything new is really scary, so I understand where you're coming from. I also used to feel the same way, but you just need to put on a really cute outfit, pop some headphones in, and just do the damn thing, because the only way to really build confidence in the gym is to get there and do the workout. The more that you work out, the more your confidence is going to increase. So if you're really feeling nervous going into the weight section or using machines, ask a personal trainer at the gym or somebody at the front desk to show you how, so you know you're doing it properly. Now, if you're really nervous about going into the weight section, you can always go grab dumbbells and go to a different area of the gym where maybe it's not so busy or where there isn't so many people around, so that you can focus on getting the movements right. And my last piece of advice is to try to go to the gym at times that aren't so busy. If you're always going at like peak hours, I don't like going at peak hours. I find that there's too many people. It's way too overwhelming. So just try to go to the gym when it's not so busy. You may have to move your workouts around your work schedule, but do what you have to do to get to the gym when you feel most comfortable, because then you're going to have your best workout. But I promise you, the confidence will come. All right, so that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you know when I'm going to be posting in the future. So I hope you have a really great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Mwah!